There are 5 of us in the circle, not including the therapist, all of us parents or spouses of people with addictions. As usual, we have been asked to give an account of how our week has gone. I mean, he's been sober 6 months now, she continues. He does his meetings and everything, but I know he's struggling. He's been so moody. Anytime I try to bring up something important, he shuts me out. I can't talk about the bills or things around the house that need to be fixed. He'll just walk away. We nod sympathetically while she wipes her eyes with a tissue. I can tell you, I'm in that house with him and 3 kids, and it can get real lonely sometimes. Real lonely. The therapist, a kindly man in his mid-40s, speaks up. It doesn't sound like he's able to give you the kind of support you need right now. It sounds like he still has a lot of growing to do. She nods her head. He hasn't had a drink. That's one good thing. But I'm so scared he will. There's a murmur of understanding. We have all had the good fortune of seeing our loved ones move from active addiction into recovery. Some of them are newly sober, and others have been clean more than a year. But instead of the relief we had expected to feel, most of us in our little support group are experiencing a whole host of uneasy emotions, in part because the reality of early recovery hasn't matched our expectations. As many therapists remind us, sobriety is only the first step in recovery. It can be a tough slog from getting sober to getting better. Our loved one is learning new ways of living and being, and we're adjusting to his newfound sobriety. What he says makes sense, but it doesn't completely erase the anxiety we're feeling. We've wanted so badly for recovery to happen. Now that it has, how much longer must we wait for things to really improve? The physical basis of addiction. One of the most surprising and disappointing discoveries about early recovery is that things don't seem to change all that much, not at first. The use of substances has stopped, the unexplained absences may have stopped, but the irritability and mood swings may be as bad as ever, maybe worse, and life's fundamental issues are still to be dealt with. As my therapist put it, sobriety doesn't solve problems. It simply makes it possible for problems to be solved. To better understand why sobriety is simply the first step in the journey, it is worth reviewing what is known about how addiction affects the brain. For many years, alcoholism and other addictions were widely regarded as evidence of moral weakness and lack of willpower. It was believed that addiction was a choice, and the inexplicable choice of self-destructive behavior was a sign not of sickness, but of a deeply flawed character. As addiction so often leads to irresponsible and even antisocial conduct, the condition became further stigmatized. People with addictions were viewed as not only weak and immoral, they were seen as fundamentally bad. Society's attitudes are slowly changing, but the stigma of addiction has been powerful and persistent. To this day, individuals in recovery from addiction may find themselves shut out from job and housing opportunities. They may face rejection in social settings. Their families may suffer the isolating effects of shame and embarrassment at having an addict in the family. All this occurs more than 40 years after the American Medical Association and American Psychiatric Association first defined alcoholism, and by extension, other chemical addictions, as a disease. The problem is that addiction does not, on the face of it, fit our conventional understanding of diseases. After all, addiction begins with the voluntary act of consuming.